Alright, so this will be GoSu STX versus Caliber LighT. It is tied up 2-2 at the moment, so yeah, it's coming down to the wire. It's very even so far. We need to, one team needs to really pull ahead in this. So we have the Protoss spawning at the top right, which will be Caliber LighT, aka Picnic. And in the bottom left, we have GoSu STX. And STX played a really solid game last game, and I was actually kind of impressed by his 4 Marine pull to catch a flying Banshee. That
was very good.
It's pretty sick game sense, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. Pretty good positioning, and that takes a lot of practice. So, well planned out, good stuff. His timings were crisp with his turrets, with his scan, with everything. So a very methodical player, it looks like. And yeah, we'll see what happens to this guy.
Yep, this will be a different matchup, and you know, maybe he's like a really good TVT player, but he might fall short a little bit against Protoss. We're just gonna have to wait and see. We don't really know what to expect from both players at the moment. So far, it looks pretty standard. No gateway yet from the Protoss.
Or proxy pylons yet.
Yep, no proxy pylons. Right, there's our first gateway going down. I like that he's harassing with the probe. Too many Protoss actually walk in with the probe and never harass with it. If you play a lot of really good Protoss players, I know when I used to play Terran, and I would play against Huck, he would bring like half my SCVs down to about, you know, half HP by the time I finally got a Marine out, just because he non-stop harassed every time he could, at every opportunity.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and he just, like, you can just recharge your shields, and, you know, probes are good like that.
Yeah, it has, like, infinite HP with the shield recharge, which takes about 2 seconds.
Yeah, for shizzle. And I'm not sure what he's sticking around for with that probe. Perhaps, is he going to try to get back inside? What do you think he's looking for, Jake? Was he looking for...
I don't really know. I mean, he knows what... He got in there, he saw no gas, so he knows it has to be one of 2 things. Either it's going to be some kind of, you know, marine cheese or something, which is very uncommon, especially with what he saw. It just didn't look like it. You can tell a lot of if somebody's like cheesing or something just by looking at their SCV count. If they're continually making SCVs and stuff, like, and you can do like a quick count, then you can pretty much tell what they're up to. So I'm pretty sure Protoss knows that, okay, he's going for a fast expand, and Protoss is going to react to this by just going, it looks like a 1 gateway expand, and there is the next that goes down. Warp gate being started, chrono boosted instantly. No units coming out of the gateway as of yet, so I'm not really sure where he's going with that.
Well, there's the first stalker.
Oh, I take it back.
Yeah, usually, yeah, I guess this is pretty standard. I've seen Protosses do actually 15 Nexus. I suppose it seems a little bit riskier, but like, especially in the Korea server, I see it a lot against Terran. And then apparently it's common to add 2 gateways instead of 1 to make sure that you have the units to deal with whatever the Terran throws at you. But, you know, TVP in that sense is becoming a lot like, you know, the rest of the matchups, like Surrogate. Like, Terrans and Protoss are starting to realize that they can actually expand in pretty much every situation. Fast expand.
Pretty much.
This ain't not StarCraft 1.
That is true. It is true. Right,
yeah,
so
there are so many like preconceptions that are made based misconceptions. Yeah.
Okay.
Like that are made based on a previous game that should have never been made. You know.
Right.
Like for a while, like it's like, you know, Zerg, the only way Zerg can win is to stay 1 expansion ahead, and that's like from Brood War, and then it's like Protoss needs to stay ahead of the Terran or like whatever it is, you know. And then they're like, hey, wait, we got different units, we got different mechanics, we got the Chrono Boost, we got the mules, you know.
Right.
So, I like how the game.
Oh my gosh, huge pickoff here for STC or STX. Yeah, wow, he killed this first Stalker. This is going to be pretty huge. I would actually cancel this Observer that's building right now and warp in and start chrono boosting an Immortal, just because he has no units except for this 1 Stalker right now, and more Marines are being headed towards the base. This is a non-stop rally. Stalkers are pretty good with some good micro, but it's just a lot of Marines at the moment. These Stalkers are taking a lot of damage. No Marines have died. They're all really weak.
Yeah.
Probes are probably going to be... Oh my gosh. Another Stalker.
Yeah, this is not good at all for Picnic. It doesn't look like this is going to be good at all. You know, he probably wasn't expecting this. It's a really long rush distance to go around to.
Yeah, he has a lot of Marines here, and there's just no gateways. The second and third gateways are just coming up now, but now he's going to lose this pylon. Oh, step out.
Yeah, and that first Stalker makes all the difference in the world, man.
Yep,
with 3 Stalkers against 6 Marines, I mean, it sounds so easy. But then he basically lost 1 Stalker at a time, and yeah, this puts him in pretty much an unwinnable position, from what I can see.
Yeah, I would say the game, he even scanned to take out the observer.
Yeah.
It's like insult to injury right there. He's not even worried about killing the rest of the Stalkers or whatnot. Yeah, this is pretty much... I mean, now's the time when I would add tech labs to all the buildings and start massing Reapers, you know. This is the time to troll your opponent if you were going to, because if we look at the income tab, it is 42 SCVs to 29 probes, and the Robo and Waves aren't, plus meals. And his Warp Gate and Robo are not even powered up at the moment.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he could possibly do. Maybe go DTs and hope for the best or something like that.
You have to at this, or you just take another expansion right now and pray he doesn't
attack,
attack for a while. You have to do something that's like really risky.
Yeah, I don't think adding 2 gateways is gonna cut it at all.
Yeah, I don't think that's the way of doing it. I think dropping maybe like a second Robo and go for like mass quick Colossus or something. Maybe something like that, where your opponent, you know, you might catch your opponent before he has any Vikings or anything. I don't know.
STX doing the perfect thing though, just scanning, and you know, scouting information is all he needs right now. He sees those 2 gateways being added, he knows not to attack. Was I in Picnic's position, I would have cancelled those 2 gateways as soon as the scan wore off, and that would have been the perfect time to take a third.
Yep. I would also have took a third that's like a retarded base to take. Like, let's say he was going to take the most uncommon base to take on the map. Which one would that be? Top left, right?
Probably, yeah.
I mean, the odds of, even if Terran took a third, it's not going to be the very top left. So that's the base I would take and hide it there for a while. So right now he needs to do something, and I just don't see it happening playing standard.
He's dropping the 2 forges right on top of the scan too, and I mean, I don't like that. Yeah. Why tell your opponent exactly what you're doing?
I guess he feels like at this point it doesn't matter, and it might not.
Well, it might not, but if it doesn't matter, then he might as well leave the game. I mean, if he's still gonna be trying, then don't.
I absolutely agree. Maybe he feels like because he's so far behind, he doesn't have, you know, he can't wait too long to get these.
Oh, could be some good force shields here.
Yep, it's good.
Alright.
For free.
That has to happen a good 20 more times, and he will be ahead.
I don't think it needs to happen 20 more for him to catch up, but
okay,
I would say
6 times. Let's say 6.
Okay. We'll go with 6. I was leaning towards more like 4 or 5 more times, but we can go with 6.
Alright. Okay, what if he picks off both of this medevacs for free? I don't think
he'd still be behind.
The game. Yeah.
He really needs to bait it too, like have the Stalkers way back, like near the Nexus, like pray he drops, and then just like run in and boom, like snipe the 2 medevacs real quick.
Yeah, just pray and just move blindly.
Yeah, that's kind of what you have to do at this stage of the game. We already have a Ghost Academy down here for STX. Everything is going his way this game. There's no doubt about that.
Except for the fast third. I mean, say he misses all the EMPs, and Caliber can actually hold his next push. He might stand a chance.
Let's say he falls out of his chair, and none of his army gets stemmed or microed, and they're on move command across the map. I mean, that would help too.
Yeah, definitely. So let's see if that's what's gonna happen here, or if STX, see, premature stim. He just has to add a good more 6 times, and then Caliber could, oh, too good of an EMP.
Yeah,
Very nice work.
He found the EMP button on the board, and that is going to be the GG well played.
Yep.
So, yeah, not much to really say about that. The beginning of the game kind of told it all. He didn't pay attention to one of the his very first stalker that he sent across the map. And when it comes down to you're doing a fast expand off one gateway and a tech off one gateway, you can't afford to lose your beginning units. And it's kind of what happened. That just told the whole story. He got really far behind, he lost a lot of probes, and the GG was almost inevitable.
Definitely.
All right. And with that, GoSu is going to be up 3-2 versus Team LighT. So we'll be right back after this short break, and then we'll see if LighT can kind of do a reverse double kill